Alright everybody, I'm Battlescar1313. Today I'd like to give a couple shout outs to Warhound, Red Mario, LEK, and other online streamers that have small channels but very good content. Anyways, this is Final Fantasy 1, and I only got 22 hours and 42 minutes, but that's pretty good for a game, considering back in the day there was only like Tetris, Super Mario Brothers for, the NES, the Nintendo system. You know what I'm talking about. Ninja Gaiden and all that stuff. But we have the items, the magic, the equipment, the status, my favorite, formation, memo, and config. Now, we're only going to be looking at items, magic, equipment, and statuses. So, I started off with the games tip, and I was a fighter, a white mage, a black mage, and a thief. You can choose to be a monk or a red mage if you want to, but there's really no sense because the game kind of like would auto set you to this, but you can have other characters. I just don't. These are the best. Anyways, so magic, right? Well, items can have magic effects. And that's why I have a lot of my items sorted the way that I do. So this has a heal effect, which cures all your team. This is Fire 2, Bolt 2. Another heal effect, because you can only use one item per round with a character. Well, you can only use one item per character. So I can have somebody heal with this healing staff, and then have another person heal me with this healing helm. And I got 2 of these healing helms, so even more curing, yay me. Anyways, Dia 2, that works for the undead, that's pretty nice. Ice 2, then we got Blink, Muddle, and Vizzy 2, Poison effect, and finally, Saber effect. So, after that we got Potions. The only negative status effects we got is like Poison Stone. You can get paralyzed, but fortunately there's really nothing you can do about that. Cottage and tents appear in this game, as well as many other weapons and armor. I mean, this game has a lot of them. We're gonna go now to magic. So the reason why I say the default jobs they give you are the best is because Fighter will turn into Knight, and the Knight is actually kind of like a paladin. He can learn white magic, so the White Wizard is pretty good. If you had any questions about the spells, you can comment. The reason why I picked most of these spells is some of them don't even work, and the ones that I picked mostly do work, but other ones I picked because the items have an effect in that stuff. So as you can see, Excalibur and Diamond equipment with the Protect Ring. Protect Ring is something you're going to see on everybody. Masamune, that can be equipped by anybody, but it's best for the White Mage because all her other weapons are not that great. The cat claws are pretty decent for a black wizard. And finally, the ninja. So that's pretty much it for my Final Fantasy 1 save. There is something I can show off now. I did not do bestiary perfectly, but I did get art and item collection pretty well. So as you can see, each area has a specific amount of items you can get, and this is just telling me where it is, and it would even show me in the best area. And there are missables in this, so if I get a list, I'll try and post them up. But I know the one with the mermaids where you have to go underwater, that's a missable area, and there's another one somewhere along the way. But I wasn't really too worried about it because I have the best equipment, and The only thing I can do to make my characters better, which they're already like the best needed for beating the game, is whoops. I guess I could level them up, and this is another interesting note. On the NES and PSX, level max is 50. On the other versions, they can go up to 99. And I believe they use MP instead of these spell charges. I'm not too sure about how many times this game has been redone, but this is my playthrough. Those were my items, and I would like to see yours. So, you know, sub. I will sub back. Anyways, y'all have a good day. Bye bye. We'll move on to the next Final Fantasy because I've played them all. Alright, everybody, this is a Final Fantasy II video, and kind of like the end thing that I wanted to do. Now, I'm going to say right now, I am not the best at this game, and, you know, I know there's monsters you can miss permanently, and I know there's also items you can miss permanently. So, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm the world's greatest at this game. But what we're going to go over right now is there are keywords that you can acquire. We're going to look at status, equipment, magic, and first, items. Now, items, they're limited, so you're going to have a really fun time trying to hold what you can. Magic is learnt by using it the most. Now, eventually, I wanted to level up everything to 99, which is the max magic level. But, or wait, maybe it's just 16. I'm not sure. Anyways, each spell, when used in battle, has a percentage chance of, or actually, like, it scales up, like EXP. Every time you use the action, it will get more EXP until it reaches level up. But, the idea of most of these was to make sure that most of the characters didn't have reoccurring spells. Now, there are some exceptions, of course, because some spells are just really good and some were not. And equipment wise, I'm just glad that I got most of the stuff that I have got, because the Sunblade, it looks like, is probably my best bet. Well, no, the Holy Lance would have been, but thanks to a status. Alright, I want to start off being Battle Scar. I love max statting, and you will see me in every Final Fantasy trying to low level play through it all up until I get max stats. This game wants and is designed for that. Like, if I had to pick one Final Fantasy to start off with, it might be this one, because it's going to teach me how to level up strategically with my characters. So each player has different stats, and you can level them up how much ever you want. You see that she's got drastically lower HP than Gus here for some reason. But yeah, Leon comes leveled up with quite a bit of stuff. The mastery is what I'm really talking about. Yeah, so you can be bare-fisted, you can use a knife, a sword, a staff, an axe. I think that's a spear. Yeah, alright, a bow and a shield. So, yeah, it was not fun. And you'll notice Maria, she has considerably much more MP. Well, that's because she was my spellcaster, and just so much backstabbing. Anyways, we'll move on to the next game, Final Fantasy III, in the next video. Or it might be the same one, considering I'm probably going to loop these all together. Anyways, if you did better than me, go ahead and brag, because I just enjoyed playing the game. And this one kind of irked me because I already played it before. I knew that the leveling up system was kind of like hard to do, and it was not that great of an experience for the first time. I did enjoy it though, but I'll see you on the next video. Hello everybody, this is Final Fantasy III, and I am Battle Scar, the guy who played this game. And yes, there is a lot of items in this game. I'm not even gonna lie. There's spells, there's recoveries, there's weapons, there's armor, helms, kind of accessories stuff. Anyways, we got in this possession all of the great ones. So there's really not much to look over. These harps are particularly important. The Apollo adds, it's called safe, but it's shell. The Dream Harp cures HP. The Loki Harp casts haste on all party members. The Lamia Harp, I think, casts protect. And Mahua Harp, I think that damages an enemy slightly. And the effects can be called upon by having a bard use Sing. But the Blessed Bell is pretty good. Shurikens, we got 36 of them. Not too bad. All of these were pretty rare to get, and this is just the best equipment. And all these rods were really important because they helped you cast spells. Anything that says casts or cast spell, it will cast it in battle if used by a magic user. So Elder Staff is particularly important because it casts Cura. So who would have thought? Anyways, we go up the list, and you know, we got 4 Leviathans, 4 Bahamut, 5 Odins. Anyways, we got a lot of spells. Now, what did I do with the spells? Well, I kind of went with this guy being a red mage, so I got to figure out that most of the level 1, level 2, and level 3s were only good as white mages spells. But in the game, there's 3 white mage spells and 3 black mage spells. So if you're gonna make a red mage or something like that, you're gonna have to get used to these 3 levels of spells because they're important. The rest, you can build your characters however you want, but this is just a typical damage dealer. And it's an Onion Knight, and it really doesn't even count. Anyways, the ninja was the black mage arc. And those are all the black magics. You know, flares there, in case you didn't know. Let's start at the top. This is all the white magic in the game, and it's really nice to learn it. Now these were all the summons. We have Chocobo, Shiva, Rama, Ifrit, Titan, Odin, Leviathan, and Bahamut. So he would be my summoner. The equipment's not really necessary to go over. Ribbons are actually the best thing you can equip. Ultima weapon and all that, like, that was for a side quest. Now the Gungnir, for you people out there, the Holy Lance is the second strongest, well, actually it's the 3rd strongest spear in the game, I believe. Yes, but if I equip that, the Gungnir is not more powerful than the Magic Lance, but the Gungnir is Odin's ultimate weapon, and it is the 2nd strongest. So these 2 spears right here really help him break the game. Now you won't need 2 Gungnirs, which you have to steal from Odin and get a rare 0.3% drop of Gungnir. But if you wanted more than one, you can try and get it, but I did not. Anyways, other than equipment, we got status. Most of the stats in this game were pretty pinpoint and easy to figure out. What Onion Knight does is when you get in the 90s, it starts raising your stats up by like 5 to 10 until you reach 99. Every other character will suffer somewhat of a discipline for the other job classes. Onion Knight is kind of cheap, and well, it's not cheat, it's cheap. is the best job class in the game. Overpowered, you know. It added in later to make the game easier. So, there's my dragoon and Atlas thief. So, what stats can you use? Let's just go with the Knight. You can't do anything about MP except for level up, and at level 99 you will be able to have, with any job class, you could be job level 1 or job level 99, you're going to have the same amount of MP. The only stat that you can increase is HP, and the only way to do that is by being level 45 or below, or you can start at 50, but 45 or below, and then being able to switch to black belt. After that, level up all you can, and you should hit maximum HP, because you just have to be in that job class the whole time you're leveling up from 45 to 99, and you'll definitely hit 9,909 HP. I usually hit max HP around 96. But for the job system, why was it important? Well, it adds a great deal of grind, because usually you're not gonna get a max job unless you actually grind, and this is the truth. I don't know how much time I have in this game. I got about 50 something hours in it, but the game can be about 20 hours, maybe less, you know, long for an average player, maybe 30 hours. But the simple fact that I had to break up my teammates. See, I have Red Mage level 99. Nobody else is going to have Red Mage level 99. That's how I split it up. Like White Mage, nobody has level 99 but one character. So, that's the first page. This is the second page. You can see I've mastered all jobs except for Onion Knight, level 99. And oh, they don't have what I'm looking for here. Now, when you see this screen, don't judge me. I'm not imperfect at this game. This game's awesome. I am good at it. So, yeah. Anyways, we got 98% monsters found. Why? Well, I didn't kill Bahamut and Leviathan. Instead, I left them to be my challenge fights. See if I can beat them at like no equipment, freelancer, stuff like that with no spells. It's gonna be good. But yeah, these two spots would be Bahamut and Leviathan. This one would be Iron Giant. So, what else can we check? We can check my clear time was 52 minutes. My chest open is 100%. I got all the chests. I killed a lot of enemies. I fled once, but that was because I had to. During the storyline, you go up Dragon's Peak and you get in a fight with Bahamut and you can't beat him. My max damage is 81,000. I believe people can hit higher than that. Max hits is 32, of course. And Master Cards, I got 22 out of 23, only because I don't have Onion Knights. But anyways, that was Final Fantasy III, and my near perfect playthrough of it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video game. Alright, Final Fantasy IV. Now this is a game that I spent quite a while on YouTube playing, because I had to level up every character to level 99, which wasn't a bad task. And this is the first game in the series that actually involved a little bit of stat maxing. So we're going to go over items, magic, equipment, status, and I don't know if they have a config for treasure or enemies, but I don't think they do. At least it's not in the main menu. So I have plenty of alerts in order for me to get good spawns for pigtails and these apples that I've been getting. So what do these apples do? Rydia has the lowest HP in the game, and it sucks because she's an awesome character. I wish I had a turret controller for this. But what these pigtails do is they raised their HP up by 50 points, and eventually you can farm these to max out everybody's HP. It's really nice. So, and this apple increases it by 100. So you see, there's plenty more stat maxing that you can do in this game. I think that would fit her perfectly. And yeah, other than that, there's nothing really special about the items you can carry. Now, Paladin is unlocked at a certain point in the game, so hopefully you're able to see in-game content. Yeah, he doesn't have that many spells, but let's see if we can switch. It's been a while since I've played. Evidently, I gotta check the magic for everybody. Lost control. So, Rydia is a black mage and a summoner. Nothing really fancy about the spells that she gets. She gets some natural spells. It's nice to see Flare and Meteor, or Meteor. Call, well, this Imp is rare, this Bomb's rare, this Mage is rare, and this Cocat is rare. So, some people go without getting Bahamut, Sif, Ashura, Leviathan, or Odin, but usually people go to get them. And they're a lot easier than the Imp and Bomb ones that I mentioned. So in equipments, we have some, pretty useful equipment. I could get Protect Rings for everybody. And again, it's not going to allow me to switch between characters with it. So this is the Serpent Whip. It's better than all the other whips. I don't think I got any other weapons. Ribbon, Minerva, and Protect. So that's pretty good. With, I don't know how to. Kane doesn't have any magic. Crap. But he does got some good equips. Let's look at him. Alright, all dragon. It works. It really does. And I put him in left-handed. I don't know if everybody does that or if it was just suggested to me. Now we'll look at this girl's. And Silent Staff is a unique weapon that you can get for her. The ribbon, the white, and the protect all work well. And I thought I had adamantories, or at least one. Oh, it's right here, adamant. Yeah, I put it on the ninja, I guess. Yeah, nothing really special about the gear. The only thing that is special is this one, which I had to get a pink tail and then traded it into the Tails Keeper, and he gave me the armor, which we're gonna go over because we're going over stats now. My favorite, yay! All right, how do stats work in this game? Okay. Usually you get a base stat, and that gets leveled up on a normal occurrence. At around level 70, you can start manipulating your stats. You'll notice that on certain level ups, your strength might actually go down, and sometimes they go up. The best thing you can do is mark out your terrain. I knew that he didn't need a lot of wisdom, but he needed a lot of strength and vitality, which came really good. And agility, you had to micromanage a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good things that happen here. Now she is great right now because the weapons that she has is not boosting her stats all the way. She can have 99 of every stat. Rydia is one of the best characters. Edward is actually at level 99 quite a fearsome opponent. So same with him. I had to micromanage all this. The only reason I'm showing off the stats is because I literally had to get the best stat bonuses that I could get, and she was the worst one I could get. None of her stats except for will, which is her most important, made it up to 99. And since he has the adamant armor on, he should have the best stats all around for right now. Well, besides she's pretty well taken care of. Anyways, that was Final Fantasy IV. I will see y'all next time in the next game that I'm gonna show off later. Final Fantasy V. Well, not everybody's favorite. So again, I don't think there's a way for me to actively check in the menu if I've gotten all the collections or not. A lot of the 4 character Final Fantasies, even Final Fantasy IX, I think in Final Fantasy 6, 4, or 5, yeah, 5, 6, 8, 5, 6, and 9. You can have 2 people play. Well, you can have 1 person as a character, but there's always going to be controller 1 for the world map. So you can set these up to controller 2 and have like you explore the world and your friend do the battles. Or you can just take control yourself. But yes, I found that unique. Anyways, what we are going to be looking at is the jobs, the abilities, the items, the magic, the equipment, and at last the status. Now, for every character, I have all the jobs mastered. And yes, with this game, you can actually do, you can skip. Anyways, with the abilities the same, you know, you usually have a very specific strategy for some fights. Items, on the other hand, how? Let me just arrange, because I have some quite impressive stuff, and I can scroll down using R2. Okay, magic lamp not that impressive, dark matter's not that impressive. None of this stuff's that impressive. I went the chicken knife route. That's something to point out. This is probably the best game in the game, best weapon in the game. I got a shock whip, but I only got 1 because I didn't miniature. I didn't cast mini on some of these enemies, but I did end up getting some pretty good stuff. Let's see, anything rare in this section? Monster bell? No, I don't think that's the bell I'm looking for. In this section, a lot of these I got 4 of, just because there's 4 is the maximum you really need. Enchanter, I like that weapon. Still nothing rare. Lumino staff, I could have missed that out. It's nice to know that I have 1 of every item though. I don't think there's a fat chocobo to feed, or if there is, maybe I'm putting some of the items in there instead. There's Excalibur, the clone of Excalibur, but it's not as holy. Let's see. Dragon's Beard, got 2 of. Those are pretty rare. Let's see, what else do we got? We got some really good equipment in this section. Up here is my most prized possession, the Tinkerbell. I think it's ranked number 7 of the rarest items in Final Fantasy history. All of these were pretty good, actually. Thornit, this is you can get multiples of this, I guess, in the advanced versions. But every time you go to optimize, they're gonna put this on. It's the best helmet in the game, but it adds a negative status effect. Let's see. Then we got armors, which again I'm gonna start scrolling down with R2 because this takes a while. There is plenty of armors, weapons and armor well, how are you gonna say it? Because there's a lot of circulation with jobs. Not every job can equip everything, so it's quite nice to know. Ah, did you see I had 4 ribbons? Yeah, it looks like Pibbon, and Pibbon, but it's ribbon. Alright, so, magic, how does that work? Well, there is white magic, and then there is black magic, and you have to buy these too. Then there's time magic, which is pretty good. Meteor is pretty well done. Actually, it's the first in the series, I think, to have multiple damage outputs. So Meteor hits more than once. Summon. Now you can actually summon 2 summons in a battle in this game, which is real nice when you're going against Leviathan. Iron Giants. Yeah. But most of these summons, Odin, well, actually, let's see. A lot of these summons are actually optional. But I did collect them all, which is the important part. Sword is a reflection of black magic and some white magic, it looks like. Blue songs, blue magic. This is the first game in the series that introduces enemy skills. So some people might know some of these, some people might not. It does take a while to get used to them. Now, songs, there's a few misdirections with the songs, but I ended up getting them all, which was really nice. So the weapons that I'm using now, those dragon lances I like, the hair ornaments, everything like here is specifically set up to spell castings and let's see, surviving in battles. Now here's statuses, and we're gonna go over something real quick. You don't have any way to maximize your stats. I don't believe so. I believe the only way to maximize your stats is by leveling up. You can increase the spells you've learned. There's really nothing special about the status page except for their current stats, which was a nice relief, because after Final Fantasy 2 and 4, it was nice to know that we didn't have to worry about doing a low level run, or waiting for a certain level before our stats. That's where the true grind of Final Fantasy comes in. Is I got 65 hours in this game, and I beat it in like I was at the most 30 hours. So I spent like 35 hours leveling up, and I'm still not at 99. I'm at 96. Give me time, people. Give me time. I'll see y'all next video, because we're doing every Final Fantasy except for MMORPGs. But I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye. Hello everybody. This is Final Fantasy VI. And my stream of every Final Fantasy from 1 through 15. Anyways, what we're going to be looking at is items, skills, equipment, relics, and statuses. So, items will generally speak for themselves. Luckily, I can press R2 to skip through them. And the lower amount of items that I have, the probably maximum or rarity that item is. So just keep that in mind. There's nothing really to see, nothing special amongst these weapons. I think I got almost everything good equipped, because there is quite a bit of game characters in this one. Now this was originally Final Fantasy III for NES. There's Atma weapon. Whoops. Whoa, that was that Atma weapon. There it is. Right here. The Imp halberds. There's special gear you can get just for an Imp, and there's a spell in the game that allows you to become an Imp. And you can equip him or her with this, and it's pretty interesting. We're just going through all of my collectives. The ninja stars and shurikens are really nice to have. You can see tac star would probably be more rare, so keep an eye out. These are weapons, so you can see quite a bit of items until we get to the shields. The tortoise shield is for the imp. Does the imp have a name in this game? I think people was like Rigas, but I don't know. All I know is this game was awesome, and it took so long to get through this. Look how many behemoth suits I got. That's crazy. But it took a long time to get all this stuff. Tabby suit must be really rare. All that stuff must be. The Mirage Vest I know is popular amongst other Final Fantasy VI players. But this was originally Final Fantasy III for the NES, and it was ported over to the United States as Final Fantasy VI in like 1996 or 7, right? Maybe it might have been 98 or 99. But anyways, all of them ended up coming. These are really good accessories. But all of these were pretty nice to get. And this running shoes is pretty good. Actually, there's these things called Marvel shoes in the game, and those were probably the best accessory in the game. People like Merit Award, but I don't really mess with it too much. Alright, so that was items. Next, we're going to go over skills. Whoops, let me go back to my menu. Okay, so you're going to have to take a leap of faith on me on this one. I don't really want to show you them all, but I got every spell learned for every character, and as far as I know, this is all the summons you can get, because Raiden turns into Raiden when before you get Raiden, you have Odin, and Odin kind of gets transformed and replaced by Raiden. So you lose Odin, which has a +1 on speed stat, which we're going to go over when we get the stats. But then there's Ragnarok, which I'm also missing. Plus there is always going to be an empty one, so that you, when you equip a summon, you can just unequip it by hitting the blank Esper. So some of the characters are going to have some of these sword techs, or blitzes, or lures, or good almighty rages, even dances. So there's only 5 characters that have specific things assigned to them. Cyanus being one of them. He has 8, and this is the first one. This is the second one, and as you get down here to the 8th one, it takes longer to charge. So it's easy to hit a dispatch. It doesn't take that much time at all. But if you want to charge up all the way to like cleave, it's going to take a while. Sadly, there's nobody else in my party that has a special ability. We could look at relics. I don't know why I always get the buttons messed up on this game. I'm used to X being exit. Relics, offering ribbons. Of course, ribbons are the best. I don't know why I don't have anything on Cyan, but statuses. Okay, now this is where a little bit of stuff gets tricky here. As you can see, I got max HP, max MP. In order to do that, you have to do a low level game and then raise your HP and MP at a certain level. You get the most bonus boosts, alright, at low levels for MP, and at HP I think it's high levels you get the most bonus boost. But for vigor, speed, stamina, and magic power, well, HP, MP, Vigor, Speed, Stamina, Magic Power, respectively, all can be raised to a maximum level. And how we would do this is when we level up, we would equip a summon that would have, like Bismarck, he has +2 Vigor. So if the lower level you are, say you're, I had to do some ridiculous stuff in this playthrough to get this, but your Vigor's not really going to level up much in stats. But if you start at like level, I think the earliest is 12, to tell you the truth, you can start leveling up with Vigor. There is another one right here that has Magic Power, and then of course Bahamut would be HP, and I really think it's this one for MP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so Bahamut, Crusader, as you see, Raiden, Zone Zeke, Bismarck. There's another one, I think it might be this one, yeah, Tri-Talk. All of those are very important to raise your stats. Another one that you're gonna know is Odin, which I mentioned has +1 speed bonus. So over the course of leveling up, if you look at my speed and my stamina, that's what my Vigor and Magic Power would have been if I didn't do the lowest level playthrough I could ever do. It gave me time to boost both my Vigor and my Magic Power for all my characters into the 120 range, which is where I wanted them. Now, if the other characters I show have special abilities, I'll go over them. Actually, I didn't even see them all. Did I press exit again? O is exit for some reason. It's not OK, it's exit. Edgar uses a tool command, which I should have went over in the items. But anyways, he has like 5 or 6 different tools he can use, and it's pretty interesting. Cells just has Runic, which neglects enemies' magic during battle. Now Simon has Blitz, and if you do Blitz arts successfully, they become quite powerful. So a lot of people play Final Fantasy VIII, and this game has a lot to do with Final Fantasy VIII. This guy's more like Zell, you know. He gets into his mode, he presses in his combo, he does his great suplex to a train, and he's done. But you know, you could say that this game is a lot like 6, and I could actually prove it. The limit breaks are the same. You got same purpose for the GFs. They let you use magic. Like a lot of the things are just completely the same. So this is Strago, which is the second blue mage in the Final Fantasy series. Numeral series. They had one in Final Fantasy V. I do not believe they had one in Final Fantasy IV. But this is all of his abilities right here. And Grand Train is supposed to be the best one, but people find use for all of them. I could just go over their equipment, which I might as well go over. He uses pole arms, and he can use swords too. She's got Excalibur. Oak Veil is very important to have. Now you can actually equip. Oh, I thought you could. I thought you could use 2 weapons. Oh, if you had the certain accessory on. Regal Crown is really what makes him, like, this particular setup makes him really good. And finally, but not least, we have Strago here with his equipment. Status, again, I took time. All my characters really low level by the time I got the GFs, the espers that I needed to stat max, because you can low level Final Fantasy VIII too with your GFs and maximize some of your stats too. But I wouldn't go over 120 with Vigor and Magic. I would rather boost speed. Like people that have like bonus speed, that's very fortunate for them. So this was a long game. So now we're going to go into more novelty characters, and Realm. Yeah, I think I just exited out. But O is not okay. This controller. All right. So he doesn't have a special thing, but Mog actually does, and it's dance. And one of these can be missed forever. And I'll just go ahead and tell you which one it is. It's Water Wandu. This one is really hard to get. Yeah, so keep an eye out and try and find that. Setzer uses cards and slots, which is slots is his actual move, which is kind of like Cat Sif's. Okay, what buttons are doing what? Let's see. Mog, special ability, yeah, dance. Gao is how I would say his name. He has this wonderful ability called Rage. And what this is he collects every enemy in the game. And you have to collect every enemy in the game to complete him. Okay? Look how many enemies there are. Oh, and these ones that are missing, they're not programmed into the game because this is the hardest thing you will do in Final Fantasy VI. It really is. It took me forever to get this many. Yeah. It literally has every enemy in the freaking game. And most of the ones that are not there is boss fights. So, exit out. No, oh, this is exit. Okay, equipment wise, what do they use? She's got a nice Magnus rod. He has a Pearl Lance. He again has the trump card, which we might as well just put on Doom Darts for now on. He ironically does not fit the bill. So what a lot of people do with our friend here, since they don't like to learn rages, is they will turn him into an imp, and then they will go and they will put in all of these great imp accessories. There's Imp's armor, Imp's head. What would Imp's... Yeah, I actually forget what his helm is. Anyways, compared to other characters, the Imp is not that great. I wouldn't put it on him. He's even got a circuit. I can't believe he can wear any helm. That's funny though. I guess we'll just put that on and compare them. But anyways, that was Final Fantasy VI. We can go through more relics. She does have the fake mustache, which makes her ability better. Movable charm, no encounters. Coin toss, which, hey, is powerful. Hero ring, because, hey, why not? Makes him more powerful. Status wise, they still all met the 120 mark except for Mog. Mog will join your party and be 3 levels above your normal party. So it's best to get him last. I could have actually done better with Mog, I believe. I was doing the math. But anyways, he's still pretty fierce of a fighter. Intercessor and Gao. But yeah, that was Final Fantasy VI, and it took freaking forever. It took me 84 hours to get this. So I'll see y'all next time, because I'm doing a whole strand of videos of Final Fantasy 1 through 15, and this is the last of the classic era, the 2 bits. We're going to get into 3 bits, well 8 bits is actually at PlayStation 1. We'll have pre-rendered backgrounds, probably copyrighted music, and also we're gonna go through 7, 8, and 9 real soon, right? Like, watch me. Yeah, I'll see ya in the next sub. Hello, this is Final Fantasy VII. I am Battlescar 1313. Today we're going to look over the items, materia, equipment, status, and limits of all the characters in the game. So, strap in for a long ride because items is first. Now, there's the curative items, of course. But from here on out, some of them can become quite rare, like Hero Drink. Other stuff you can get pretty much all the time. The Earth Mallet is missable. We'll go ahead and declare some of these that I know offhand that are just completely missable. This becomes missable after a while. So does Ghost Hand. Let's see. There's quite a bit of items. You're looking at every item in Final Fantasy VII right now, though. So we'll actually cover some of the equipables in this section. There we have as many sources as we want. And then we have an extra battery. Who would have thought? Yes, that's a missable. Some of these stuff, yeah, completely hard to get. Now, we're going to go over, once the music calms down and I can speak, we're going to go, let me just calm that down. This is actually louder than any of the other Final Fantasy musics. Okay, so I did a sort before I started all this, but I actually seen that it didn't sort them all out. So what else is missable that I should point out? Most of the people have most of these weapons. And yes. Oh, that behemoth horn. You can get that in the Shinra Mansion. Oh, her staffs. Okay. I don't think it's on screen right now. There's one that's very missable and it's very annoying to get. Oh, it's on the screen right now. It's the umbrella. You can only get this on disc 1 and you have to win it by the shooting gallery when you're on the roller coaster. I forget what square it is. I think it's the it's not the gondola. There's one where you have to get into a roller coaster and drive around, but that's rare and missable because on disc 2 and 3 when you come back you'll get a different item instead. Princess Guard was Aerith's ultimate weapon. She leaves the party, so I decided to take her weapon. Alright, with these there's not much to say. The scimitar is pretty good. There is a Yuffie weapon that a lot of people pass up, and that's the Rising Sun. You can steal this off Diamond Weapon when he fights. Then we got the megaphones. Of course, everybody knows the hardest one to get was HP Shout, but yeah, he's got quite a bit of them. Then we got guns for your favorite Vincent Valentine character. Then we have just the various armors, and you know, nothing's too special about armor. I'm wearing most of the best stuff in the game right now, but as you can see, here is the accessories. Most of them aren't that great, but there are some that are really good. Terra Elemental, for example, is very good, and you can get these from morphing cactuars on Cactuar Island. Like if you know where Cactuar Island is, there's the safety bit. Fury Ring, Curse Ring. There's only 2 in the game. Let's see. Sneak Glove. the Apocalypse Sword. Anyway, as you can see, I don't have much room, but they do say that there is items for every slot. So I don't know what the developers took out, but it was interesting to say the least. Now we're going to skip over magic because the materia system is going to go over through all that. Let me adjust my headset real quick. Alright. So I could go into it a little bit. Everybody usually has 4-time cut, except for some people have slice or slash all. But everybody has all the magic spells, all the summons, all the commands, and yes, even all the enemy skills. So she's got slash all and 4-time cut. Now, I specifically plotted out some good materia combinations. Cloud, since he's the leader, Phoenix, and Final Attack, of course. With her, I decided to take a different route. I wanted to keep everything that I usually have. So, what usually goes on here is Master Magic and Mega All. Like, it's kind of confusing. Like, I don't have to have Mega All right here. Actually, I can just take it off and put it literally anywhere else. And where to go? It would still have the effect. So, yeah, still all my magic, even my commands will have an all effect, which is good because Master Magic can get a good support for this. And this is only for people that are using Mega All, because if you use double cut and an all materia, you wouldn't be able to add in anything. So what would I want to do with everything for magic? I would probably say added cut. That way any magic that I use will have added cut effect to it. And master commands, I got 2 on every character. 1 to absorb HP, 1 to absorb MP. So this is technically a glitch within the Final Fantasy VII system. When I use Death Blow and the materia, Death Blow, the yellow one, not the master, and I put HP absorb, it would absorb. But literally there was no way of getting slash all, attack, or double or 4-time cut to drain it HP or MP. But with Master Command linked with those, somehow it lets my attack absorb HP and MP. I don't know why, but still doesn't, like Coin might. I know Morph does. I know Deathblow does. Mine is different. It works. If you are the caster of the original spell and it absorbs something, anybody that mimes it will absorb too. But here's the enemy skills. Yeah. Comment if you would need to know which ones are where and how to get them. So she's the great example because I have, well, I don't know why I exited out so soon. I have quite a bit of stuff addressed to her. Wind is Typhoon, and there's actually Alexander, which is Holy, and Hades, which adds negative status effects. MP absorbing, Master Summon, of course, why not? But back to Alexander. Alexander is an elemental, and Hades is a status effect. So why do I have elemental and added effect on them? It's very simple. If we go to status, you can see all her stats are pretty much maxed up except for luck, because I don't want to lose the ability of gaining limit breaks. And with 255 luck, you rarely ever get hit. But since she has Alexander and Elemental on, her attack is holy based. So she can deal more damage to people that are weak to holy, but she can also cure people that are absorbent to holy. The invalid right there is from her armor, so we're not going to take that into account. There is one more thing. The attack on her her basic attack can cause sleep, poison, confusion, silence, fog, and small. Really nice. Let's see, what else can I limit down to? If I changed her element to wind by equipping Typhoon instead of Alexander, she would have a wind element. So you can actually position your character to have just about any element that you want to it. I think ultimately it comes down to what element and what enemy you're going to fight. Now, status I was putting off for a little bit. This is maxed up stats. This is not so maxed up stats. Tifa, she's not my favorite character, so I did decide to go with my favorite characters first. Vincent and Sid are also maxed up pretty well, which we might as well call them out because we're gonna be going through limits now. She has all 6, 7 limit breaks, yeah. Doom of the Living's the best, and the only one that comes close to Doom of the Living is actually this one, Clear Tranquil. Now this is good when you're fighting small groups of enemies, and this will keep you healed forever if they're not like one-hit destructions. All creation is really not that important because it hits really hard for all enemies one time. Doom of the Living can hit continuously, so that's why I choose that. She has all hers, which is just 7 continuous hits, and of course he has Omni Slash, the world's favorite limit break, because in Final Fantasy VII only was it called limit break. Yeah, we're just gonna go grab some more characters and look at their limits. There is a thing you can do with, I think, Anger Max, and that is, what was the special thing? There's a way that you can equip a lot of, oh yeah, I remember it now. You can equip a lot of Knights of the Rounds, and this summon, or this thing hits more times than like any limit break in the game. So you're literally going to like just deal so much more damage. But if you have 8 Knights of the Rounds, you might, you just might be a little too leveled up. Now, Red 13 suffers from pretty bad limit breaks. I know this one attacks multiple times, but to tell you the truth, all the other ones are meh. Cosmo Canyon is the same as all creation pretty much. It will hit hard for a lot of damage to all enemies, but it only hits them once, so there's no Omni Slash. Okay, now we're getting down to Sid. Let's just look at Sid before we get to the oddballs. The High Wind is good, and he has the most potential for growth. So the High Wind is based on a certain type of damage, and Dragon Dive and Big Brawl are not on the same damage output as High Wind. So there is a way that you can tweak Dragon Dive and Big Brawl to potentially do more damage than the High Wind, but the High Wind is great. I have it set to High Wind because of that. So let's look at the odd ones now. One of them's really cool, one of them's a dork. So Cassif is the cool one. I'm joking, we all know it's Vincent. Level 1 is dice, and based on his level, he'll throw a certain amount of dice, and they can be from 1 to 6, a 6-sided die. Slots, well, if you know how to use it, you can really like one-hit shot every boss in the game, including Emerald Weapon. But you also have a very good risk of killing your party too. Now, he can turn into various monsters, which I wish that they explored more in Dirge's Cerberus, but they did not. And in Dirge's Cerberus, he's got Chaos. That's pretty much it. Oh, wait. Actually, 99% of the game, he's got this one. Galillian Beast. Whatever happened to Death Gigas or Hell Massacre? Like, I wanted to see these things in Dirge's Cerberus, but they didn't. But I think that concludes my Final Fantasy VII playthrough because, like I said, I got most of my characters maxed out. And I'm setting up all these videos, so we'll see which one comes next. What comes after 7? Wait, why did 6 run from 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Oh, we're going to see 8. This is Final Fantasy VIII. I am Battlescar 1313. This is going along beautifully. We've done Final Fantasy 1 through, well, 8 so far. This is the next in my mystery box of Final Fantasies I played. Okay, we're going to go and point out that I have a video of Final Fantasy VIII with like the best junctioning system. And I do have the best junctioning system because, I don't know, like, I just do. So we're going to exclude that. We can go over items, magic, and even status effects. GFs work real good. Abilities are cool. And we'll look at the cards. So items, they're really not that, you know, rare to get. I mean, we got all these HP ups and strength ups and stuff, but yeah, nothing is rarer than dark matter or spikes. Alright, just looking through all of this stuff, where I can't say what's missable. You know, I think a lot of stuff is occasionally found. There is a thing called Elemental Guard that's real hard to get. Status attacks. You just have to really be able to look out. Because there's a lot of items that I have, but there's a lot that I probably don't have. So if you see stuff that I don't have, go ahead and leave it in the comments. But I do have a lot of stuff. Do I have all the weapons magazines, huh? I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, that was it for items. They really don't do much. Magic, on the other hand, a lot of the stuff, sorry, these spells, they're pretty good for junctioning, and you draw magic in this game, which means using one is a crying shame. There's really no sense in using magic at all in this game except for to draw it and junction it. Status, we have everybody's compatibility with GFs, which I've never used the GF in this whole entire game. I equipped them, I just don't use them. If this isn't all of them, I do have the item. I don't know. I think there might be another one. Huh. I'm gonna have to look at that in my items. I don't think there is, but there might be. So, Gunblade Auto off, the indicator on, and we can honestly get a Lionheart whenever we want. With her, I just have Angelo Search. Alright? Like, you can learn them all, and it doesn't really hurt you. But Angelo Search is, yeah, the best one. Let's see, there's Zell. Just look at all his equipment. I don't think there's any more. If there is, let me know again in the comments. Because I actually go through and try and get everything. So here's most of the ammo that you can have. I'm pretty sure I probably might be missing something, but it could probably be made real fast. Selfie, on the other hand, wow. I've only learned full cure. Now, to get her list of special abilities that she can cast is crazy because she has, I don't know, I'd say about, honestly, if it's not like just basic rarities like full cure at the end, she would only have like 5 to 10. But I think she's got a lot of different combinations she can get. She uses slots, which is random. Well, it's not actually slots, but it's kind of like that. So the GF system, you get every GF and you don't really lose them. So you can always re-equip them to other characters to make 3 of your characters, or at least some of your characters, better. The abilities you learn through GFs, and most of them are really worth having. So if you are playing this game for the first time, never unlearn these abilities. Always learn these ones first, actually, to do your best. I know it doesn't seem like they help, but they do. Oh yeah, switch is not needed. We're going to go over cards, and that will be it for my Final Fantasy VIII tutorial. So even though I have 0 of these cards, it doesn't mean that I haven't already had it. I've actually owned the card, I just refined them to, I don't know, not have, because, I don't know, I just don't really care about that. But I do keep these cards forever, and I'm missing Odin because I don't want to fight him, because I'm not, yeah, if you get Odin, he kind of messes something up. But yeah, there's Doom Train and Eden, and that would be all the GFs. These are all the player cards. As you can see, these are monster cards, these are boss cards, these are GF cards, which is funny because Chubby Chocobo, Angelo Surge, Chikachu, I don't recall them being summonable in the game, but you know, they got Phoenix right here. Yeah, but then we got player cards. So you can actually have all these characters in your party, but most people end up just hacking in Edea and Cypher, these 2 characters. But you can get the cards is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these are all the characters that you can play as. There's not a character on this video that you can't play as. You can play as Ward, Kratos, Laguna, etc. They're really rare cards to get, and they're always fun to have. But that concludes Final Fantasy VIII and my journey this year, or the last 5 years of my life, YouTubing Final Fantasy games. We're going to go over for Final Fantasy IX next, but it's going to be on silent because there's a lot of copyright material on Final Fantasy IX. It's kind of a drag, but I'll be able to talk and show you all the stuff that I've gotten in it, which is pretty much the purpose of this video. Until then, I'll see you in just a little bit for me. Alright everybody, I'm going to have to apologize for no music on this one because I generally have a thing with copyright. I don't want to, you know, get a strike on me. So we're going to look over the items, some abilities, equipment, and status of it. While I'm going to point out I'm not the best at cards. So we can start right here. I might have gotten some of the rarest. I don't know if I missed any, but I'm pretty sure, like, alright, so there's blank ones that I honestly haven't got. I've missed them, but I don't know they're permanently missed. But these are the ones that I got. They kind of annoy me. I don't like the card game in this game, which is good because it's not as needed in this game as cards is needed in Final Fantasy VIII. So, pretty sure I just got basic cards. Not a good deck. So let's go over some of the items. Now, we have regular curatives, which is nice. Then we have that hammer, which has it's a weapon, but none of our party members can equip it. We have a single dark matter. We should probably actually have one more. I forget what I did with them. Let's see, what else do we got going on here. A lot of these weapons are nice, like Ultima weapon. How did we get two Ultima swords? That doesn't make sense. Anyways, we gotta save the queen. We even got an Excalibur. I guess Ultima sword's not as rare as I thought. Then, of course, there's just, every weapon in the game. There's a person that uses forks. Here's we get into, it looks like, accessories, maybe? Which some of these are really, really good. They help you learn abilities as you wear them. And so does the hats and the helms and the armors and stuff. All of this stuff will really generally help you learn every ability in the game. Here's my two Robo Lords. Rosetta Stones, those are important. Let's see, there's a Pumice right there. You can get Pumice pieces, which is, I think, what I'm missing for Ico. Let's see. We got Ancient Aroma. And then we have our jewels, which I got 3 diamonds, 2 moonstones, 2 emeralds, 2 rubies. So those are rare. The other ones you can get mass quantities of. Diamonds, moonstones, emeralds, and rubies. Why would you need these? You can do the friendly monster quest. I think you can do it over again. But if we look at our key items, we can see that we have become the Master Hunter, which, no, that's not what I'm looking for. There's something better than that. I think it's rank S medal. Yeah, it means you've opened up every treasure chest in the game. Let's see. What else did we get? There's just a lot of rare stuff. Let's see if I can point out and see if you got something. If you link me a video of you having that Master Jump trophy, I'll be impressed. But some of these were during the storyline. Some of them you had to do certain side quests to do. So, abilities. How do they work? Well, let's just go over their status effects one at a time. Zidane is a thief, and he can use daggers and I don't know what other just swords. But he steals a lot, and he's even got his own set of skills. So he's not, useless at all. He's a really good character. He's the main character. He's pretty powerful. Then we have VIII, which is a black mage, and I could start going through all their lists. He can use black magic, and he has his own secret set of bonus abilities. And his trance is double cast. Her trance is also double cast. That's why they're my favorite mages. So with her, I got everything except for one ability learned, and I can't figure out what it is. I think it's on the Pumice piece. Yeah, underneath clear-headed. I'm not sure if she, just doesn't like me or what I'm missing there. I'll look it up. This is near perfect. This is what I spent 5 years pretty much doing. So we had all this. His trance is a boost in attack, which He's already one of the powerfulest ones. Now, him, when he gets trance, you're probably going to be stilling even when he's in trance. But his skill will be turned into something much more. Here's his skills right here. The flee to thievery. Those will be turned into better stuff with trance. And what his trance does is just gives him a certain select amount of abilities. So, yeah. You can't flee when you're in trance with him, I believe. Well, you can run from a battle, but you can't use the command thief or flee because he's in trance. So we're gonna look at some more characters here. Let's just go back to Dagger. She's a summoner, and her trance works with summon. You can enter trance mode, have her summon your best summon, and don't do anything with her ever again. During the battle, Bahamut is her best summon. Will occasionally do his ultimate limit break again, over and over again until the monster's dead. So as long as you have her not doing anything, Bahamut will always occasionally come in, and her transmitter will be stuck because you never took in a turn. Freya, on the other hand, when she jumps into the air, she will stay up there for a while and rain down spears upon the enemy. So it's pretty good. I like Freya's trance ability. I think it's just a high jump. But Quina is the blue mage. So I do believe I have all the blue magics. No, I'm missing one. Anyways, somebody tell me what it is in comments. Here we are. We're going through Quina's now, which she was the last one. Dagger has a good set of summons and also preferably some pretty good white magic, along with their own special way of I done messed him up or messed Freya up. Reese's Wind, which is really a callback from Final Fantasy Tactics. Cherry Blossom, which is supposedly one of Cloud's limit breaks back in development, but they ended up taking Cherry Blossom off Cloud's limit break, and he appears with Cherry Blossom in Final Fantasy Tactics, but in the main game they cut the limits down to 7 just to go with the theme. Yeah, other than that, all the characters pretty normal. Quina we already went through. So let's go through, see if I missed anybody. Switch party members. This guy is the only one. And he's kind of the monk of the family. Yeah, he's got chakra, spare change, and other abilities such as revive. But when he gets in trance, these abilities they can use, these flare abilities, they will end up having an all effect, which usually most of them are just single. Hold on, my headset is dying, so give me a minute. Yeah, it's going to be quiet. Alright, so when he gets into trance, all of these will have an all effect instead of having a singularity. But that's all that is special about him. He does have some pretty good equipment that you can put on him. The rune claws, and also I think it's these. No. Oh, the rune claws, the one that have doom. No. Death Blow. This is kind of my favorite. Yeah. I like to be able to kill my enemy with death. But other than that, I went through all of them. I am missing some abilities, which I would be very happy if somebody pointed me in the direction of getting those. But it's enough of the silent stream. I'll see you on next video when we cover Final Fantasy X, because I've played 1 through 15 now. Final Fantasy X, the one that kind of changed things a little bit, but not enough to make the fans go away from the series completely. I'm Battlescar1313. Today we're going to look over the Spirit Grid, the items, the abilities, overdrives, equipment, and statuses, summons, and that's about it. There's no way of telling me how many chests I've opened or anything like that. So, isn't it beautiful? This thing, it does look beautiful when all of your characters got it learned. All of them do. Oh, it took a long time for that. So, items. What to say? Let's sort so we can actually get through this a little bit more painless. So, I'm not going to say I have every item, because there's a lot of stuff that generally is rare, or I just don't really farm that much of. So, nothing was really too shocking. I don't know what these really do, but let's go with some key item usage. Wow. So there's two items, key items I'm missing right away. I got all the Al Bhed primers though. Good for me. There actually might be something else. I think I platinumed this game though. I think I've actually went and got everything. So with her, I don't think this is the page I want to be on. We all know everybody has all the abilities and spells learned. So we're gonna go with the overdrives right now, and this is Riku. She literally has tons of overdrives as compared to Titus, the main character, which has 4, and Waka, which is, you know, second character and has 4. Then we finally got Yuna, who has 8. And then we finally got Auron, who has 4. And then we got Kamari, which has 12. And then Lulu, which has correspondence to her magic that she has in her inventory. But yes, Riku has the most overdrives, but it's only if you have the items to mix them. Do I want to go over equipment? I think I do. Yes, we're going to go ahead. I have all their celestial weapons all powered up. Those are the greatest weapons that you're going to get. And this is the best weapon in the whole entire game, because it has magic booster, which doubles MP cost, and it also has 1 MP cost. So that means all my spells are boosted. Like, I guess it's like a ×2 effect. I'm estimating there. It does boost the damage of magic. It really does. But yeah, the other weapons are just as good for other reasons too. I think there might have been a time when I tried to make no, doesn't look like there is. I tried to make a Lulu counterpart, but the celestial weapons have a special ability on them that ignores some defense. But I think all of these people have the same things. Yeah, they do. And no, they don't, do they? Yeah, they do. Auto potions, auto phoenix, stuff like that would really help. There's Auto Med and Auto Phoenix right there in the works, but this is just what I generally go to. I think this was, what was that Final Penis's setup? This is what I went with. Statuses, well, it doesn't hurt to look. I think they're all 255, so yeah, I'm a nerd. I said they for, let's look. How many hours? 147 hours doing this crap. It wasn't crap, trust me, it was fun. I love you, Square Enix. But we do have all the summons here, and they can learn abilities for the most part. Make them more powerful. There really wasn't much I had to do. I think the most I had to do for Anima was I learned Kuriga, which I don't think is a possibility for me to learn anymore. But then we had attributes, which you can increase the attributes of your GFs with certain spells, but as you level up Yuna, your GFs will actually get more powerful anyways. It was very interesting, indeed. Yeah, so Battle 4 has 2 limit breaks opposed to everybody else having 1, and the most damage can be dealt by Mindy with her placebo limit break. Okay, and other than that, that was all of Final Fantasy X for me. I had a lot of fun with this game, and it's going down in my history. Some of the side quests, once you get done and you have like a save file kind of like mine, you're good. You did like the best you can. Congratulate yourself. Anyways, leave a like if you like the stuff that I got. It took me 147 hours for crying out loud. Almost 148. But I'll see y'all next time, because we're going through every Final Fantasy numeral except for MMORPGs like 11 and 14. So the next video I'll be putting up is going to be about Final Fantasy 12. So I'll see y'all then. Bye bye. Okay, if you've been following me along on YouTube, you know that in the past 5 years I have played every Final Fantasy on YouTube, 1 through 15, except for 11 and 14, because those are MMOs, RPGs. Now, this is not my final save here. I actually got a ready to install Zodiac update. I believe I'm level 99 on my other file, but I was checking this out and it doesn't seem to be too far-fetched from something good. So we're gonna go over the party first. We got 6 party members, and only 3 of them can be active at once, and sometimes it's wise to just bring 1 character. Sometimes it's wise to bring 3. Sometimes a person dies and you gotta switch them out. Statuses. Now, there is no way of actually upping and max statting your stats, okay? Everybody's got all the spells. I think that's kind of like a given. Yeah. But yeah, there's no way of tricking the game to make your characters more powerful than what they would be if you leveled them up all the way. So we're going to go to equipment, and there is the Final Fantasy weapons, as everybody knows. So the Zodiac Spear is the best spear in the game, but I don't think I quite got it on the save file yet. Now, Meshma is powerful. It's a 102, two-handed though, 1-hit poison. It's not really that bad, but there's another weapon here. Let's see if we can go ahead and find it. We're almost to that section. Here we go. Mina, 104 attack power. The evade go down a little bit, but that's cool because we get to put a shield on too. Isn't that nice? So that's a little bit more of a Final Fantasy weapon for me. I like it. It's on hit KO as well, so it's a good chance you might just kill the enemy on one hit if you're just level 1 using that weapon. So what do we got for her? She can equip. Let's see. It's gonna be a surprise to me. I haven't played this game in like 5 years. Well, short bow, but none of the other bows. Okay, she can equip axes. This is a Final Fantasy weapon and it's one-handed. Then shields. You know, I shouldn't have stopped at the swords. Can she equip any of these? Yes. Staves. Okay. Staves, and it looks like axes and hammers and stuff like that. Staves is two-handed. Axes, as we know, is one-handed. So you can equip the shield. Congratulations, you get a shield. Alright, now his Final Fantasy weapon, which I think it's Goomba actually. Anyways, we're gonna equip that for us a hot minute because this is a special. Oh, this guy's my damage dealer. He has a lot of good weapons for like crazy power. Like some of these have an insane combo rate. I think that's all of them actually. Now he can equip bows too, but it would quite say the bows are that great. Alright, so my honest opinion, if I was to equip them, like right now, he already has a very high attack. Quite possibly the highest attack out of all the other Zodiac weapons. And it's one-handed, so he can equip the shield. Yeah, that's a cheat shield. Genji shield. Alright, with her, what can she use? She can use swords. That's right. In Final Fantasy Zodiac Age, you can choose who equips what and when. So it's Simha. It's one-handed, it's 103 attack power. Yeah. Oh, look at all this, everybody. We got Excalibur, which is not good. We got Torn Soul, which is like the sunshine sword. Excalibur, it is holy elemental. Ragnarok, it on hit immobilizes people. Ultima Blade, 2 of them, that's pretty nice. And save the queen. I would have to go with Torn Soul, but I don't think that's their maximum strength. Now, this is two-handed, so we can't use a shield. Now, if we're going to equip one of these, let's see. I mean, Deathbringer is not that bad because it's one-hit KO type thing, but this is 103 attack power, brings the evade down. So if you can't fit more than 30 evade, which I don't want to equip that, she's still got a pretty decent attack and an evade. But as always, the two-handed legendary sword. If you build this, leave a like. Torn Soul. Alright, she can equip. Da 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 da. It's gonna be something really weird. Oh, these. Oh, these aren't that bad. Okay, this says on hit immobile lies, so that's actually pretty cool. And I think it's two-handed as well. Yeah. So she, is already pretty decent for a diverse character that I never use. She can also use bows, which is not a bad thing. think we've already seen somebody use bows before. But it looks like this would be our best weapon. Would it be in this section? No, it's in this one. Two-handed. Yeah, she can use all these. 8 fluted pole. That's rare to get. Got 2 of them. Well, whisker. Yeah. Alright, so that was my Final Fantasy VIII file. To have most of those weapons, you would have to either get them through, let's say, that arena thing. 100 levels of battle arena. Anyways, I made those. I have videos 5 years ago of me creating those. They're really bad recordings. I'm not the best YouTuber in the world. I know that. But I'm Battlescar1313. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in just a bit. Hello everybody, this is Final Fantasy 13. I am Battlescar1313. And today I'm going to discuss paradigms. No. They always change, particularly on battle, you know. So we won't really go into that. And status doesn't really show much yet. Crystarium, I have it completed. It's very straightforward. Abilities, yeah, we could go through some of that, but we're gonna save that for later. Equipment wise, now it's important to have everybody's ultimate weapon right and stuff like that. So I got the ultimate weapons for most people, but there's still some that I have to level up. So there's going to be a few things discussed in this video, and this particular what's her name, Fang build, she's good. Alright. Stagger TP chain, Stagger TP charge 2 restores party TP each time an enemy is staggered. I mean, this works real well. Kill TP charge. Restore a small amount of TP each time the enemy is defeated. Victory TP charge. Causes TP to recharge slightly even after obtaining a low battle rating. No, this is like the best part. Random. Nullify damage. Very rarely nullifies damage of any given type. Really cool. Improved potions. Doubles the restorative effects of potions. I like it. Others don't. This is the best one. Random instant chain. Occasionally fills the change gauge of a target instantly. It doesn't stagger it. It makes it to where you have to hit it like 1 or 2 more times and it will stagger. The only things that are needed to get it's called instant stagger online by a lot of people, but it's actually instant change. And all you have to do to get it is an energy sash or let's see, a speech sash will do it. But champion belt, speech sash, and an energy sash. These ones really do just, their speech sash is the only one that I don't have equipped, and I don't think I'll get anything special for equipping it either. Yeah. Most people use a speech sash and an energy sash because they find champion belt a little bit difficult to get it maybe, or champion's badge. But instant chain, you can put this on all your party members and you're good for a while. Like, you can just sit there and like be in full commando and stuff like that. But when I put on the 20-sided die, that randomly nullifies damage, and I couldn't think of anything I could ever want at all than to sit there and be able to use items better because that's important to me. So I ended up putting a Doc's code. You can put on other stuff, but like it's not gonna help you. Besides the particular thing that it helps for. So there's a few things like auto terror defense that would help, but it's your pick at this point. Um, anything that has the TB charge, I think it just starts off as TB something, but it's one of her weapons. It's not faded magic or anything like that. But there's another build. She has death, and improved debuffing too helps that. Let's see. This is the Almighty Sash build. Now, if I had his weapons up to max star level, it'd work a lot better. But what we have is good strength, good magic, and uncapped damage. So, what Stagger Lock does is it prevents the staggering of enemies, and what's good about that is it increases your is that the ones I want? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one because it has the highest strength. And that's why Stagger Lock is there, because he particularly, only him, can't stagger an enemy. But other people can. So it'd be nice if you took this character's build, Insta Stagger, well, Insta Chain, and then had somebody with debuffing abilities, maybe customized balancedly, could do it. Alright, inventory, items, you've seen them. Weapons, there's a lot. Accessories, you gotta level them all up. Components, I don't got them all. Here's my key items. I guess that's the best we got. Other than that, it was a very simple game, and that's me, pretty much going down the gist of it. We could go to abilities. It's just there's a lot of repetitive abilities and stuff like that. She's got Bahamut as a summon. She's got Odin. Hekala Chair. The Scissor Sisters have their own name. Sturia and Nyx. Hope gets Alexander. And Saz Bina Hildul. Something, I don't know how you say it, but hey. Anyways, that's it for Final Fantasy 13, and I'll see y'all for the Final Fantasy 15 video coming up. Bye-bye. Alright, well, this is Final Fantasy 15, and it's the latest one that I've played. I haven't played 16 yet, but it's the last of my Final Fantasy 1 through 15 Emerald titles. So, I don't know what to start with. There are quests. There's a max amount of quests that you can have, and once you complete them all, you can go back to diners and redo other quests. Then with gear, this is again, well, hey, doesn't that look good? Yeah, I got 3 Magitech Suit V2s on everybody. These accessories that I'm pointing at with the cruiser, really hard to get. Other good accessories is DLC. So, let me look at these. What does that say? The tallest talisman. Tell you the truth, I don't know if these can be found in the game or not. I would like to say everything from Founders King Sigil and up is non-DLC. Can I get a confirm on that? Because yeah, well, anyways, we're gonna go through the normal stuff. I don't think they show how many there are. Yeah, they do. Okay, they're all just named. So here's all the items that I have. Oh, I only got one pair of Genji gloves. Wow, I must have slacked off. I actually had like 4. Wow, I loaded the wrong save. Okay, so I'm just gonna speed stuff up. Yep, that Hypno Crown is pretty rare. Anklet of the Gods is not a bad accessory. I should actually have 2 of every item, but the ones that I have 1 of is either really rare or just like it came out in a later update. Okay, I started playing this game when I first found it released. We're not even going to go over DLC stuff, and even with weapons, I will probably refuse to use them. Is okay? No. X is okay for some reason. What is an ultimate weapon? Well, anything below this check mark is the last best weapon you can get in the game. Down here, actually, Durandaro. This, I believe. Oh, I'm thinking about this one up here. Is it the same one? Yeah. Okay. Ragnarok is a DLC. Blazefire, Sabers. Those are DLC. Yeah, the other ones I looked like I was just getting them. So what's unique about Noctis is he can equip every weapon and armor. So we're just going to go over him because besides techniques, I guess there's really nothing else that separates these guys besides attires. So before we get into that, his special ability is Armiger, I think, and what this allows him to do is summon the Royal Arms to deal a lot of damage, and they got certain DLC accessories that boost that. His is a difference, and he can set his to various different settings. And I like Impulse. I also would never underestimate Downhammer. Royal Guard, only if you actually know how to use it, you can get a good hit in. But with his technique, Overwhelm, it's good for just like a straight up boost in power to an enemy. All your characters will assemble, and you'll all do a little hit a combo on them. It's pretty nice. A lot of people, more or less, like to use. Which one was it? I guess it would be this one. No. Could it be this one? Yeah, enhancement. This is the people's favorite. I like technique. The other one is a DLC. This Libra Elementria, I think, is DLC only. And he had one that might have been DLC only too. So I think Impulse is DLC, and usually I would have it on Downhammer. Trigger Happy is his DLC. If not, I mean, you just gotta have your choice. Grab a spear if there's small enemies, and technically, he has this one where he can hurt undead, but quite frankly, what's his name? Prompto is quite useless. There's should be a challenge of like just having him never get KO'd. So we're gonna go through every weapon with Noctis. We got swords, broadswords. Well, actually, they're called great swords. Pole arms, daggers, firearms, shields, machinery, royal arms, which is exclusive to him, which is all his ancestors' weapons. And then we got magic, which I'll go through this real quick. I have 99 of max potency of every spell, well, every good spell. And then I have 99 of miniature potency, half potency. But you got multicast, which is just basic elemental damage. Flare is fire, freeze is ice, and electron is electricity, of course. Also, it's nice to mention he has a ring that he can rare, and what this does is allows him to suck enemies into the void or drain their HP. They can do quite a bit. It can even be defensive and be used as holy. Do I really want to go through this? I'm just gonna do it. That's him. Yeah, that was just no jacket. So like a lot of these are just pictures, and then they take the jacket off. So let's look at him with the no jacket. Trendy. Well, what happens when you take the jacket off? It looks like that. This is actually my favorite. Yeah, big change right there. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't look... Alright. Yeah. I think you get this in Comrades. Arden's Assemble. Thermal suit. Okay. That you have to go through the storyline and get this Chocobo Tea. Could it be the Chocobo in Mog Festival? This I think was the Assassin's Creed Festival. Here is the Assassin's Creed thing. And there's a hooded version of it. And there's this one. And with a hood. These are really rare now. Well, I don't know if I got them all. So, like, well, you don't have to like, but comment in the comments if I'm missing one, because I have always tried to. Now, this is an interesting one because as long as you have this on, you're invincible. So, let's start with him. How does this work? Oh, they take the jacket off. Wait, was that even... Did he have a jacket on? Okay. Jacket on, jacket off. I did not mean to sound perverted there, but rugged attire. This is from his DLC. Now it'll go back to no jacket. Gladios garb, but with no jacket. Thermal suit, I went through. It kind of looks like everybody else's. He actually has his own Assassin's Creed one, but he doesn't have both of them, like as everything else. And these are alternate ones. I'm just gonna sit back on. For all the characters, what's it gonna look like without a jacket? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much his DLC outfit actually. I think that might actually be right there, his DLC. Yeah. Alright, so that's like way more creative than the stuff we've seen so far. So pretty much they put like a shirt over a shirt every time. Like when they take this off, like, yeah, this is just another shirt. We've been through that. His Assassin's Creed. And then this Glamour Prism. And I'm just gonna settle on that. Now Prompto, the man. Tundra attire, because most of this game can be replayed in the desert, and why not? So Huh, that's nice. How the hell is there a jacket on that thing? Has no sleeves. Oh, there you go. Casual fit. Oh, yeah, I stood. Yep. Okay, so he, yeah, he sticks out. Alright. What do you look like? He actually helps you out a lot in the Assassin's Creed Festival. And speaking of which, this is the Tundra, which I already made a pun about. Um, I'm the only one I've ever known online that's done shady dealings 99 uh, medals. Anyways, it will no longer be there, but I have it on my live feed, so it might be blotchy, but it's there. Glamour Prism, not too bad. And then the 1 hour suit. So he has something that Loctus cannot equip, and that's Lionheart. He has spell daggers, and he has the Genji blade. Now that the gear is a set, we have ascension grids. Everybody's ascension is fully learnt, and we don't have to worry about the ascension grid. Skills we've already went over. Elementary, elemency has been how we've been making the spells. Items. Check. All this rare stuff. I mean, a lot of it's DLC. But if you're an Advent Final Fantasy 12 player, like some of this stuff actually might. Oh yeah, we already went through weapons. We went through accessories, ingredients. Oh, here's my favorite, Animatory's meat. Yeah. There's not much there. Feel a sneeze coming. Oh, no. Damn. Alright. What do we got here? This is not anything unusual. Then we got car parts. Of course, I got all kinds of stuff for my car. All kinds. I mean, I think there is a lot of stuff that is rare, like this Magitech generator. I think this is like gives you unlimited fuel. We're getting into the good parts actually. So all this stuff is pretty rare, I think. Memories of Tomb Raider. Assassins of Signa. Okay, now there is a way that you can get every item in the game. Hold on real quick, I gotta mute myself. I had a bad cough. It's from that failed sneeze. Now, let's see. What is that? I've never even played Nair. Justice Monsters. Yeah, I think that's part of the game. Afrojack, funny story. It's a thing that they added that never went away, and I got I got 3 on disc day 1 because I thought that once the day was over that the weapon would go away forever. But yeah, I think I got every Final Fantasy soundtracks. Like, unless you were a big nerd, a lot of this stuff isn't going to make sense to you. Like, we're going into the deep files of a game that has literally named millions of things. So let's just start from the top here. I'll point out this is actually fishing gear. There's nothing really to point out about fishing gear except for what is this stuff? Yeah. When you're fishing, well, I've already caught all the fish in the game. Magic Flask. I only got 13. You can actually get 99 of these and have like 99 ways, or I assume 99. There's got to be a limit, but maybe the limit's 15. I don't know. I know there's 14 in the main storyline, and they all thought there was a mystery 15. I'm not sure. Oracle Ascension coin. Those end up becoming useless. Alright, key items is what this is called. So, this is all the stuff. Did I get anything for that egg? I know my egg hatched. This is my clothes. Oh. Trying to figure out what these names I'm reading actually mean. This is just key items, so you actually get a portable MP3 player. Free carnival passport. Oh, check out medallions. VIP pass. Okay, so a lot to explain here. There are some items that you would think that I shouldn't have that I do have. Okay. There is a master Assassin's Creed thing that I'm not supposed to have, and I don't think many people have it either. It's not the robes. What is that? Assassin's Medal, Haystack Doorway. Assassin's Frame, Metal Circuit Trophy, Magitech Wrench. All this stuff is kind of like from really giving into Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Fake orders is what might be what I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't remember. Omega badge. That's when I killed Omega 11. Alright. Anyways, those are all the items. Archives we won't get into, and Time Quest is always there. Let me think if there's anything else. No. Nothing else I can tell you about this game. Not at all. And what else is there? Oh, great. Dishes. So I do believe that if you're missing one, it'll show that you're missing one. Like there'd be a black spot right there if that wasn't a dish. Pretty sure that's how it works. If not, correct me in the comments. Actually, don't correct me. Ooh la la, look what I saw. I have to play Final Fantasy 15 a little bit more, because I am missing one. But I have some pretty cool ones. Let's see, everything from, I think it's Adamantoise meat. Yeah, from this one. Yeah, I'll even give the game some of these, but this Kupo berry cheesecake, all me. Crispy cheese pizza, like I played for a long time to get this stuff, and I'm missing a DLC. So something's happened between Eroded Girl and my time frame right now that I'm missing something. I think I gotta wear Arden's hat, or I got a platinum Arden's. That's where it is. Episode Arden. I gotta platinum his episode. Can't get hit, but like twice. Alright, fishes. There's tons of fish that you can catch, and it's not fun. Bestiary, not even gonna, I've never even looked at it. I'm not gonna look at it now. Okay, so there's like one other thing that like I want to show off, and It's this one. Load this saved game. I'm not saving, I'm loading. Alright. So I made it to Hammerhead. Alright. I'm level 1. I have a little bit of EXP. I don't have half the stuff that I had last time, but I have the stuff that's DLC, and that's a pretty good start to me. This is the first 8 hours in the game. That's including the cutscene in the beginning. That's like an hour long. Alright? Give me a break when it comes to this. When I said I had to get more than one Afro sword, this is it. This is my ultimate. I got everything in the game from like the beginning of the game to the end, except Tekken. I own Tekken 7. I got Noctis in Tekken 7. Square, if you could give me some DLC for Tekken 7, I'd love it. I qualify. So this is the DLC accessories. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all they are. The best one is Key of Prosperity. I like using that. I'm not sure where this is. I think it might just default from the actual regular game. This Pendant of Truth is the one that I said in the Assassin's Creed you didn't think I would have, because it requires you to get something else. I freaking forget. This is fake Pendant of Truth. I believe there's an item that's supposed to be a fake from Assassin's Creed, and yeah, I got all of the secret lores and stuff from Moggs and Chocobo. Yeah, that was cool. I got everything on this file. This is the file. I know I got 2 million gil somehow. I don't even know how. Just, you know, over the years. False orders, maybe. I don't know what it was. But there was this assassin's thing that I got. And it's funny because I haven't been able to explore this world. The reason why I have 8 hours is because during the freaking load time of me checking it and saving it, like, I don't even know how this works. Yeah, I don't have anything on it yet. But that was cool. That was a long-winded. We are at 25 minutes now, so I'm gonna end it here, and I'll see y'all when Final Fantasy 16 comes out. Dun dun dun.